Two storied big school basketball programs in North Carolina, but neither has hung the championship banner. That changes tonight. The 4A Men's Basketball Championship, undefeated Millbrook, undefeated Ardrey Kell. Welcome, everyone, inside Wheatmore High School Gymnasium in Trinity, North Carolina. Patrick Canis with Jay Sonhalter. And Jay, two of the top teams in the state, meeting undefeated. Let's talk about the Ingles food for thought keys to the game. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
For Millbrook, it's all about the pace. They want to play fast. They average 78 points per game. They want to get this game in the 80s. Then winning on the glass to set up the fast break is so important. For the Knights, limiting the runs. They know this is an explosive Wildcats team. They need to really stay patient on offense as well. Move the ball around and take good shots.
All right, now let's focus on a couple of outstanding players we will see tonight, including one playing his last game before his next organized game will be in the ACC.
Eric Vanderheiden is headed to Louisville. Chris Mack came down to North Carolina and got a good one. Now he's 6'9", but he's going to stretch out beyond the three-point line. Shoots 39% from beyond the line, and then getting inside as well as another strength. He can put up pump fakes and get into the lane. On the other side, Ardrey Kell, Elijah Gray, the junior, is getting major college recruiting interest, 15-7. He's a guy that's improved his outside shot, but down on the post is really where he does his damage.
All right, this should be electric. Millbrook lost in its only appearance playing for a state title 10 years ago. Ardrey Kell beaten by Garner in 2015. Somebody raises their first state championship banner. When we come back, it is the tip-off between Millbrook and Ardrey Kell next.
Wake up with Hardee's. The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Fluffy egg, crispy bacon, and melty cheese. All wrapped up in a warm tortilla. The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Part of Hardee's 2-3 more breakfast menu. Feed your happy.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in North Carolina.
This message presented by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and the North Carolina Athletic Directors Association.
If this is your kind of day and this is your kind of truck, then this is your time to buy. During the Built for Spring sales event, get great deals and great offers on the legendary workhorse Ford F-150 and the adventure-ready Ford Ranger. Make the most of your spring in a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the Built for Spring sales event. Now, get a 2020 F-150 with up to $10,531 in total savings. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Losing him is the hardest thing I've ever been through. But Stephen L. Lyons Funeral Home is doing so much for my family, I can't begin to put it into words. And because we pre-planned with Steve last year, we ensured that all of his wishes are being met. I don't have to worry about anything. My family can relax at this difficult time and celebrate his life.
Won't you give us a call today? We would be honored to provide you the trust, service, and compassion you rightfully deserve in your time of need. That is our promise here at the Stephen L. Lyons Funeral Home.
Well, if it isn't Big Hardy, you fixin' to sauce me up? Sick those beefy twins on this cheese hound? Scram, Big Mac, go play with your extra toy bun. The adults are getting meaty.
The Big Hardy, part of the buy one, get one for just $1 deal. Feed your happy.
Ready to go back at Wheatmore High School for the 4A Men's Championship. Let's take a quick look at the West Shore home starting lineups. For Millbrook, there's a look, and you see Eric Vanderheiden, the 6'9", stretch 4, but don't bow your head on Silas Demery. He's an outstanding player. Demery, just a junior for Millbrook. Meanwhile, for Ardrey Kell, we highlighted Elijah Gray, but Elijah Gray has some help with Carver and with Gerald. And we're underway as Millbrook plays in the home whites. A reminder, let West Shore Home convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just one day. First shot of the game missed by Ardrey Kell, and here come the Millbrook Wildcats, 18-0, 12-0 through the Cap 7. Played in the state title 10 years ago, beaten by West Charlotte. And a little improvisation by Chris Daniels, and the rebound taken down by the Knights. Ardrey Kell 10-0, 6-0 within The Southern Max 7 deep three is missed, and there are the Wildcats for the rebound. You talk about a couple of different seasons within seasons. Millbrook, through this COVID-19 year, has had 0 complications, not even a practice missed. Games canceled, not on Millbrook's account, but for Ardrey Kell out of Mecklenburg County, they suffered that 26-day pause in late January to late February, which is why they've played 8 games less than Millbrook.
Millbrook's had that consistency where they've been able to really have a regimented schedule and have that normal look to their season. As you see Vanderheiden showing off his athleticism. Beyond the three-point line, he can put up that shot fit, get defenders up in the air. We'll see him here. Boom, triple threat move, and then one hand. The power into the lane.
And then foul charged against Elijah Gray, and the first point of the game belongs to Millbrook. And one more coming at the Riddle and Brantley free throw line. If you're injured in an accident, call Riddle and Brantley when justice counts. And the first 2 to Vanderheiden. And when you talk about these 2 programs, Jay, as we spoke with both Christopher Davis, the Millbrook head coach, and Michael Kraft over at Ardrey Kell, he's been there 15 years, it's all about tempo.
Yep.
For the Knights, they know they can't get up and down. As a matter of fact, Michael Kraft said, I don't know if we have enough offense to be able to match 75 or 80 points. He needs it down in the 60s. Millbrook wants to run and be in the 80s to 90s.
Well, he feels like his team can use the clock, get movement on the ball, and really take good shots. Put a lot of pressure on the defense of Millbrook, but if Millbrook can get out on the run, use their athleticism, it's really going to put them in a tough spot.
And a nice little fadeaway by Silas Demery, who is attracting a lot of attention through what has been a high-quality junior year. 4-2 to the Wildcats.
Millbrook likes to play a lot of man-to-man here early on, coming out in a zone 3-2 defense.
Oh, and contact out at midcourt as Demery just took an accidental forearm into the jaw. We play on after the steal by Millbrook. The pull-up by Daniels. Caught the rim a second time and still did not disrupt the rebound for Elijah Gray. A couple of close calls in the playoffs for Ardrey Kell. That is a 3 miss. Tip tried no, and falling out of bounds. The Knights unable to save. Ardrey Kell, a 2-point win in their postseason opener against Greenhope. Greenhope actually had a shot in the air to force overtime. And then in the regional final, a 65-62 win over North Mecklenburg, the defending 4A co-champs with Lumberton. As a matter of fact, both of the defending co-champs beaten in the regional final. Millbrook took down Lumberton in overtime by 2. This is Demery with the left hand, tipped off the glass, kept alive by Redford Dunson, but down the court come the Ardrey Kell Knights, down 4-2. This is Gerald.
And that's a fun matchup to watch. Peyton Gerald on the defensive end, he's guarding Vanderheiden, but they're on the offensive end. No one stopping the ball, easily taking it in for the dunk.
3 minutes gone by, opening quarter. Dunson fakes the handoff, open for 3. And the strong side rebound to Ardrey Kell. They'll pick their moments to run up and down the floor, but that's not ideal, at least not in this matchup. 3-pointer by Carver, and the first lead of the championship to the Knights.
Carver, an efficient 3-point shooter, getting started early. That defense not closing out.
And at the other end, the reply by Millbrook. And a couple of Nissan 3-pointers brought to you by your local Nissan dealers. Millbrook, meanwhile, you talk about a rugged run into the state championship as the 3-pointers missed by Carver. In their last 3 games against the 10-seed Fuquay Arena, they won by 4. It's a tough contest. In the regional semis against Apex Friendship, they blew a late-minute lead, went to overtime, trailed, and stole that game away. And speaking of steals, a steal by Millbrook, but then thrown away by Silas Demery. But then another overtime win for Millbrook against Lumberton, knocking out the co-champs. And here we are. 4 minutes gone by, opening quarter, 7-all draw. Millbrook and Ardrey Kell.
Get ready for this week's matchup on Friday Night Rivals.
Hi, I'm Jay Sunhalter, and this week is the season premiere of Friday Night Rivals. We've got a great matchup as Wakefield travels to Rollsville for the team's conference opener. Both squads have high expectations in the loaded Northern Athletic Conference. We're live on Friday night.
Watch each week as the area's best high schools battle for victory. Experience it live Friday night on MyRDC 28. MyRDC Friday Night Rivals, presented by West Shore Home.
I'm an apple tree kid.
I was an apple tree kid. Now I'm an apple tree parent.
At Apple Tree Daycare, we've kept our commitment as a leading child care provider and learning community since 1990.
Our 5-star facilities provide safe and educational spaces for your child. We keep germs away with Zono sanitation stations, and our degree teachers deliver Life Cubby daily reports to parents. We offer track in, track out, summer camp, and pre-K classes.
4 5-star locations serving Southeast Raleigh for 30 years.
4A Men's Basketball Championships presented by West Shore Home. It's a 7-7 tie, a little more than 4 minutes gone by. A reminder, make your next meal easy with Wegmans Meals to Go. Order hot pizza and wings, fresh subs, sushi, and a whole lot more for delivery, carry-out, or curbside pickup. Ardrey, Kell in the dark uniforms. Elijah Gray, their star, averaging about, 16 points a game. He's wearing number 24. And another different zone look here by Millbrook. We saw a 3-2 earlier, and they shift back into a little matchup 2-3. The attack against Vanderheiden, and thinking better of it here.
And they're trying to clog up the paint area.
Oh, how did that spin home? A beautiful finish by Evan Smith, attacking 3 defenders below the glass. And it rolled delicately home. 9-7 Knights.
Smith getting a lot of recruiting interest at D1 level on that drive. And fearless going into the paint.
A little hesitation, a fall away from the 6'9 Vanderheiden. Rebound pops loose, and now the Knights will run the stop and the three-point pull-up. That is Noah Carver's second of the opening quarter of the championship.
Coaching right at 16 points per game. He's coming out here firing away. It looked like they were going to go in. Try to go towards the rim, but a transition 3.
The 3 brought to you by your local Nissan dealers. 5-point lead for the Knights. Dutton into the lane, contact, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Redford Dutton, the 6'7 senior. And here's that finish we saw a moment ago from Evan Smith.
Hang in the air.
I can take 3 of these defenders, send 2 more if you need to.
Send the whole team my way.
First foul on Dutton. 12-7, Ardrey Kell. And in talking with Michael Kraft, their head coach, both of these head coaches know each other awfully well from kind of the summer travel leagues and the jamboree tournaments that they play across the state. A lot of respect for one another, but Michael Kraft made it very, very transparent about his squad as there's the deflected pass, a steal by Daniels. He'll take it all the way. The tip try also won't go. And there is Dutton for a 3rd crack and a kick out. And then that one's thrown away. 2-on-2. Leading the way is Nelson. And he fumbles the dribble out of bounds, but it was kicked last by Jalen Donaldson, who's on the floor for Millbrook.
Donaldson bringing energy off the bench. Now, this is a Millbrook team. They're not going to play a lot of guys. They're going to stick with their starters for the majority of the ball game. But Donaldson, one of those guys that does relieve the starters.
Yeah. Very rarely do you hear a head coach say, this is a really bad matchup for us, as that three-pointer is knocked down by Ardrey Kell. And Carver, another one here in this opening quarter. That's 3 already. But Michael Kraft said this is a bad matchup for Ardrey Kell ahead of the state championship. The scoreboard belies that comment, however. Snaking in Donaldson. The kick out to Vanderheiden. And he is hot early with 8 of the 10 for Millbrook.
And there's the game plan for Millbrook. Drive and dish. Force that double team over. Defender to fall off Vanderheiden, allowing him just enough room to get off the 3-point shot.
A minute 20 to play here in this opening quarter. This is Evan Smith on the take. Staggering through, and that's an offensive foul on Smith. The 6'3 junior point guard.
Carver from the outside. He's feeling it. 3 so far here. Now look at Donaldson. Bring the defender over. You cannot get off Vanderheiden. You have to have a defender on him, even if You don't bring over the double team because that's going to kill you there if you allow him to have that room.
And that three-pointer by Carver was from outside the out-of-bounds area on the volleyball court. That was that deep. Dunton misses. And a good box out by Ardrey Kell. Inside a minute for this opening quarter. Feeling the little heat check right there for Ardrey Kell. 3 is missed. And then the ball saved off of Millbrook. What a save. And actually, I guess the heel was on the line. He was standing outside the ball, ricocheted right off of Gerard. 15-10, Ardrey Kell. Demery. Little hold on the way by on the baseline. And that'll go on Delaney Hammonds, freshman who's on the floor. Knights won't go all that deep. We'll see 2, maybe 3 off of the bench. And there's a hold on. Tell you what, it's hard to knock a ball away when you're lobbing it high through the air to a kid who's 6'9". Yeah. But the Knights did a good job of harassing that, but a foul was called.
Yeah, they did. Double team there, trying to get loose on the fast break. Too much contact.
Foul charge against Carver. Last half minute. Vanderheiden against Gerald. Donaldson, little improvisation, and the left-handed layup blocked away off the glass and cleared by Ardrey Kell. And here come the Knights. Gray, the kick out, 3 on the way away short. And still time here for Millbrook, down 5. Inside the final 10 seconds. Speeding ahead, Demery. And that is knocked over the end line. Stays with Millbrook and still time. 4.3 left in the quarter.
You see Demery trying to push the pace. Lead defenders down the floor. Still plenty of time here. So they try to get the ball to Vanderheiden here.
Vanderheiden floating around the free throw area. Instead, they go inside of the baseline. Demery shot blocked away. Vanderheiden with time. It counts if it goes. And that is the end of the opening quarter. Well, the Stars not disappointing. Elijah Gray for Ardrey Kell. 8 points for Vanderheiden, but an early lead by 5 belongs to Ardrey Kell after 1.
Welcome to Harvest Farms, where the best organic or natural products are waiting for you, where the fields are filled with flavorful delights, and every bite is backed with the highest quality and attention. This is a place of affordable organic adventure, where freshness reigns supreme, that can only be found at Ingles. Harvest Farms Organics. You'll love what's inside.
If this is your kind of day, and this is your kind of SUV, then this is your time to buy. It's the Built for Spring sales event. Right now, get great deals and great offers on a Ford SUV, built for life in motion, built for life's adventures, and built wild. Make the most of your spring in a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the Built for Spring sales event. Right now, get a new Escape with a no-charge 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain care plan. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Rooms to go. Here's to 30 years. Here's to the hottest styles. Amazing prices, reliability, and just having fun. Here's to 30 years of taking care of you. And knowing if you need amazing furniture at an incredible price, it's all in one place. Online or in store, there's never been a better time to see what's possible. It's the Rooms to Go 30th anniversary sale. Celebrating 30 years young.
This is the black dress. I'm the judge, and we're in the middle of a trial.
In the People's Court, Judge Millan rules.
How can you accept that? Say it, forget it, write it, regret it.
Real people.
She made a collage of my pictures. Naked pictures? Yeah. Wow.
Real cases.
He was getting violent.
I didn't know what else to do.
I want to kill him.
Get out of my courtroom.
Real drama.
What's the age difference between you two?
40 years.
Did you let him in on the paternity test?
No.
Oh, my God.
Real justice. The People's Court. Weekdays on MyRDC.
1 quarter down for the 4A Men's Basketball Championship. Ardrey Kell up 5 on Millbrook, 15-10. A reminder, we'd like to tell our viewers in the Asheville, Greenville area that the South Carolina Basketball State Championship in the 5A class between Dorman and River Bluff, that will be joined immediately following our broadcast here. And another three-pointer presented by Nissan knocked down, and it's a 15-13 lead for Ardrey Kell. And there's a spin. The take with the right hand missed by Hammonds. And Millbrook the other way. And Demery, the pass never got through. Takeaway. Nelson attacks. Blocked out of bounds. Foul, though, on Millbrook. And this will be a shooting foul for Ardrey Kell.
Oh, the Knights jumping into passing lanes. Good job reading. Donaldson there. Vanderheiden coming back and hustling, trying to get that block. Just too much contact.
All right, Jay, let's take a look at the points in the paint in the first quarter, presented by the law offices of James Scott Farron. What do you got?
Both teams have really been looking towards that three-point shot. Gray, Gerald getting those 6 points inside. 2 6'9" post players for the Knights. And really setting up down low, working well together.
A couple of free throws knocked down by Nelson at the NC 529 free throw line. It's never too early or too late to start saving for education with the NC 529 plan. And that is a held ball, and the arrow takes it the other way to Ardrey Kell. And for Michael Kraft's Knights squad, sticking to the game plan, adhering to the strategy. There's a lot of experience on that sideline with Michael Kraft, even though he didn't know when he said this is a job you should look into 15 years ago when the school opened. He said, Ardrey, what? Never heard of it. Despite that, he's been the perfect fit. He's been coaching for 31 years now. There's a travel on the inside going against Gray. But he has spent a lot of high-quality time on some collegiate sidelines, an assistant coach at App State, an assistant coach at Wingate. He was an assistant at Western Carolina and spent 1 year welcoming in on the in-school visit with Steph Curry under Bob McKillop at Davidson. He said really his only basketball regret was leaving Davidson before the Elite Eight when Curry was dominated. And second opportunity, third crack against the bottom of the glass, still loose down low, and then spiked down, and the official needs help, and it's going to stay right here.
Well, Millbrook's battling down low. They have to finish. I like the effort, continuing to try to get that extra rebound. Would help down low to put up a shot fake, try to get defenders up in the air, and then you can try to get contact.
This is Vanderheiden. There's the up fake, the mid-range. And an offensive rebound underneath by Millbrook, and that's an offensive foul on the clear out against Demery. He had position, just was trying to open things up a little bit for an uncontested layup and did not get away with it.
Here's the shot. Demery reading the ball off the rim. We'll see it there. Just too much momentum with that shoulder going into the body. Carver.
First on Demery. 17-13, Ardrey Kell. They play it through the post. Twisting short shot is missed by Gerald. And here come the Millbrook Wildcats. And he can't leave Dutton open from that spot. Swerving through a nifty pass to the inside of the finish to Millbrook.
Well, it was created from the shot fake by Dutton with fundamental play. And as he drove through, found Jordan.
First points of the game for Jordan. And Millbrook flying back into it, down by 2. This is Gray on the baseline against Vanderheiden and goes on the reversal.
I liked how once he went baseline, he could feel the presence. Vanderheiden, so he went underneath the rim and used that left hand.
Jordan plays it out to Vanderheiden. His entry pass is knocked away. Stays with Millbrook.
Look at Dutton, such a talented player. Really good three-point shooter. That forced Gerald to come out. And then the unselfish play to get Jordan involved.
Tony Akinolu is on the floor for Ardrey Kell, number 30. Vanderheiden left corner off the baseline out of bounds play. Left it short, but Ardrey Kell could not corral the rebound. 19-15, Ardrey Kell up by 4. Pass down low. Jordan working for room. Bobbled in the air from the backside. Demery grabbed the loose ball, but he can't finish either. There have been a lot of lost opportunities in this opening half for Millbrook. Evan Smith, pass batted out of bounds.
Millbrook really hitting the glass hard. They're getting those loose balls, but you're right, especially when you've got a height disadvantage. You've got to get the defense off balance right now. They're getting the board. They're going straight up, but it's easy to block shots, alter shots. You've got the height advantage.
$19-15 the lead. for Ardrey Kell. Kyle Hancher on the floor for Ardrey Kell for the first time. A little fake here by Gray. Pivot, shoots over Vanderheiden. Vanderheiden a little bit disheveled because we've seen Gray attack him a couple of different times and indefensible so far.
Yeah, Gray really knows how to set up down there on the block. Going with a high arcing shot. With the ball over the reach. Vanderheiden.
Lead back to 6 for the Knights. Daniels will restart. Extended tight defense. Ball nearly knocked away by Hanchard. And he's called for the little arm bar there. Foul going against Ardrey Kell. A reminder, stay tuned for the Hardy's Feed Your Happy halftime report. We'll have a special interview with Q Tucker, the commissioner of the NCHSAA. First half highlights and more. And also at the end of the game today, we'll be selecting our Hardy's Feed Your Happy play of the game. So stay tuned for all of those. Halftime about 4.5 minutes away. 21-15, Ardrey Kell. First break of the night to this championship for Elijah Gray. Media timeout coming up in 47 seconds, so a chance to steal a little bit of an extra breather for Elijah Gray.
He's played so hard here. He's been really good the first half. That's a smart little opportunity to get your star player.
You think you learned that from Coach McKillop?
Yeah.
Although I don't know that they subbed out Steph Curry
10
seconds before media timeouts. And again, good interior defense by the Knights. They are swarming. This is how they have to play to win tonight. Team defense, help side, deflect some passes, and make things challenging once Vanderheiden and Millbrook get inside.
Yeah, coming over the help defense, communicating, moving your feet. A lot of effort by the Knights.
And another example of the team defense stepping in to take a charge against Vanderheiden. And that's going to be a couple of fouls on the star Louisville recruit for Chris Mack.
See here as he drives in, as Carver had some big three-pointers there doing on the defensive end, and Elijah Gray coming back in the ball game.
That's because Vanderheiden stays on the floor with 2 fouls. We've seen Gray go right at Vanderheiden the last 2 possessions. I assume we'll see it again here. Turn it on the inside near the rim. Shot missed from short range by Peyton Gerald, and it's knocked out of bounds to Millbrook.
I like the look, though, going inside to Gerald. He had the height advantage. Down low on C.J. Jordan, 6'9" versus 6'4". They're trying to take advantage of it.
Still a 6-point lead for Ardrey Kell, 21-15. Closing in on the halfway mark of the second quarter. Spinning Demery. Double team, he'll kick out Daniels. And the offensive rebound kept alive by C.J. Jordan, but Jordan over the back. 3:57 left first half. Ardrey Kell stiff arming Millbrook, still up by 6.
Losing him is the hardest thing I've ever been through. But Stephen L. Lyons Funeral Home is doing so much for my family, I can't begin to put it into words. And because we pre-planned with Steve last year, we ensured that all of his wishes are being met. I don't have to worry about anything. My family can relax at this difficult time and celebrate his life.
Won't you give us a call today? We would be honored to provide you the trust, service, and compassion you rightfully deserve in your time of need. That is our promise here at the Stephen L. Lyons Funeral Home.
She's savvy.
You're responsible for it.
She's sincere.
You should just be doing the right thing.
And she's always supreme.
You're going out of here.
Judge Karen brings humor and compassion into her courtroom. And when that gavel comes down,
Good luck to you both.
people know it.
I'm going to make sure justice happens.
Yes, I know. Always fair, always bright.
You should have known better than this.
Don't miss Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
Weekdays at 12 on MyRDC 28.
21-15 the lead for Ardrey Kell back inside Wheatmore High School for the 4A Men's Basketball Championships. And a reminder coming up at the conclusion of this game, we'll be selecting the West Shore Home Player of the Game. Let West Shore Home convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just one day. 6-point lead for Ardrey Kell. Vanderheiden has picked up a couple of fouls. He has already 8 points in this contest, but he transferred into this Millbrook program ahead of his junior year. He was at Ravenscroft. They were playing Millbrook head-to-head. Vanderheiden's older brother was on the same Ravenscroft team, but he knew some of the kids here from Millbrook, and a couple of years later, prior to his junior year, Christopher Davis sees a big, tall, 6'9" kid walk in the hallways with parents, hoping that was Vanderheiden, and it was. And this is a program that he really chose and loved the style, knew some players, and wanted to be a part of and win a state championship potentially. Little ball fake. And a long fall-away three knocked down by Redford Dunson. First points of the championship.
Yeah, Dalton can light it up from the outside. Millbrook has to get him some shot opportunities. He's a player that can get hot and hurry.
Wildcats within 3. Deep position on the inside. Vanderheiden had to play off with a couple of fouls. Shot was missed and then compounded by the Ardrey Kell Stars. Elijah Gray called for the foul. And that is now 2 on Gray.
It's a smart play by Vanderheiden just to lay off there. And we saw on that replay, Dunton with the step back move. He can create separation from the defenders. Such a fundamentally sound player. It's a good option with those two guys, 6'9". Vanderheiden 6'7" for Dunton for the Wildcats.
Now that's the 7th foul on Ardrey Kell. However, the officials are discussing right now whether that was a player control or after the shot on the floor, in which case it would be free throws, a 1-1 for Millbrook. They're deciding which it was, and it looks like it's going to be free throws here. So Vanderheiden will head to the foul line. But we're already seeing, in the high school game, you don't see a lot of protection from most high school coaches when their stars get in foul trouble. 2 fouls first half, no problem. They're generally that much better and can control their game and not really in a lot of peril. But we're seeing kind of the spillover of the college experience of the head coach, Michael Kraft. We saw him try and steal some extra time ahead of a media timeout. And now he sits Gray with 2 fouls with a tight ball game and 3 minutes left in the half. Vanderheiden knocks down a pair. He's into double figures.
We saw zone defense early on for the Wildcats, now coming back. Man-to-man defense. This is what they're known for. On the ball pressure.
Now with Gray on the bench with 2 fouls, where will the scoring come from? And there is an answer from Ardrey Kell.
Carver makes it look so easy. Shot fake. Get the defender off balance. Couple dribbles. Nice jump shot.
11 now for Carver. Oh, that one is squeezed in beautifully by Dutton, and the drop in by Chris Daniels.
No look pass. Daniels, another talented scorer. His first points on the game.
And Millbrook as close as it has been since the opening tip. Within 1, attacking 3 defenders. Shot blocked out of bounds, denying Evan Smith. And let's look at this little window for Dutton.
How did he get it through there? That pass wasn't perfect. It would have been a turnover.
2:21 left in the opening half. Ardrey Kell brings Brandon Nelson back on the floor, replacing Hanchard. 23-22 Ardrey Kell. Bounce pass to the baseline. Stuffed, though, near the rim by Dunton. But some lower body contact is going to send Gerald to the foul line.
Gerald's been really active down low, calling for the ball, getting position. This is a guy, Coach Kraft, has been so impressed by his hard work, his improvement. He's naturally a great defender, but on the offensive end, he's developed.
Second foul on Dunton. So 1 more free throw coming from the NC 529 free throw line. With the NC 529 plan, it's never too early or too late to start saving for education. Gerald, one of the 5 seniors on this night team, goes 1 for 2. And the lead is 24-22 to Ardrey Kell. Good ball fake, and Vanderheiden then almost got himself stuck in the air. 2 defenders fly by the backside, and the drop in by C.J. Jordan.
That possession just shows the focus on slowing down Vanderheiden. 2-3 defenders coming over. The senior showing unselfish play to get the ball to his teammate.
We are tied for the first time since tip-off. Faking a 3. Carver going to work against Dutton. Scoops it up and missed everything. And Millbrook takes away the rebound. And Demery is fouled in the backcourt. And that one is charged against Carver. And that is number 2 on Carver. So not a lot of fouls in this first half, but they're serious fouls against big-time players.
And it's going to be something to watch here once we get to the third and fourth quarter. These guys have been playing so hard, but we'll see if they take a step back on some of that pressure with the foul trouble.
Carter with 2, Gray with 2 for Ardrey Kell. 2 fouls Vanderheiden, 2 fouls Dunson for Millbrook. Tie score, minute 42 left in this first half as Demery delivers the lead to Millbrook. And one more from the NC 529 free throw line.
Demery had 29 points Tuesday against Lumberton. With the talent on the offensive end for the Wildcats, on any given night, somebody can step up. For Ardrey Kell, it's such a tough game plan. Who do you slow down? Because so many guys can hurt you.
And both free throws knocked down. Millbrook by 2, and now Dunson heads to the Millbrook bench with a couple of fouls here. And now some full court pressure picked up by Millbrook. Trying to hasten the tempo of the game, something that was imperative to be stopped for Ardrey Kell today. And a wise decision, breaking the press and not attacking, not hurrying. That's the intent of the full court pressure. But Ardrey Kell is not buying it.
Impatient, ball movement.
Nelson. Crashing the glass again is Demery. Excellent save, and Millbrook has possession up 2 as we near 1 minute left in the half. Daniels dumps it inside Jordan. Fumbled it a bit, and then a jump ball called. Good hands on the inside again by Ardrey Kell. No clean passes, no clean gimmies near the rim against this night defense.
They're hustling. Doing a good job. They're moving the feet. And I'll tell you, for Millbrook, Christopher Davis has to be pleased. You got a 2-point lead, and this really isn't the style of play, that you're accustomed to most of the season. Up-tempo, fast breaking.
Dunson, yes. Second of the game for Dunson, and the largest Millbrook lead of the championship. Will the patience remain for Ardrey Kell? This is Gerald against Vanderheiden with 2 fouls. And instead he passes it out. 30 seconds left in the half. Hammonds, the freshman. Tough matchup. Gets around Demery, and then that pass goes off the fingertips, but it was deflected. It'll stay with Ardrey Kell with 23 seconds left.
Demery, the on-the-ball pressure, is forcing havoc.
Hammonds will throw in. Trap on the sideline. I mean, it's easy to play your tempo and be patient when you're in the lead, but when you give up the lead and you trail by 5, suddenly you look at the scoreboard and say, we got to go. But that's not the game for Ardrey Kell. This is the game for Millbrook. Demery misses. Oh, what a beautiful tip in by C.J. Jordan in midair. Deflected it off the glass and gives Millbrook a 7-point lead. 1 second left, and what a rousing finish to the half by the Millbrook Wildcats. Trailed by as many as 7 in the opening half. They lead by 7 at halftime of the 4A championship. Vanderheiden leading the way. Millbrook 31, Ardrey Kell 24. The halftime show is next.
Wake up with Hardee's. The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Fluffy egg, crispy bacon, and melty cheese. All wrapped up in a warm tortilla. The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Part of Hardee's 2-3 more breakfast menu. Feed your happy.
It's the 30th anniversary sale at Rooms to Go Kids. Savings time on cool kids beds, big on style and function, starting as low as $225. Get super sale prices on awesome bunk and loft beds. Save on upholstered beds. Go bookcase beds, day beds, storage beds. Get great savings on complete bedrooms in a ton of go-to styles. Plus, get 66-month interest-free financing. Now at the Rooms to Go Kids 30th anniversary sale.
I was heading back home on my Harley Davidson, and a car was in the left-hand lane to turn. It turned in front of me, and at that point, I didn't even have a chance to hit the brakes. As a veteran, I've been through a lot of training, but there was nothing that could prepare me for what happened that day. I was told I'd never walk again, but I did. The team at Riddle & Brantley helped me with this recovery. You never leave a person behind. Riddle & Brantley has never left me behind.
Riddle & Brantley,
when justice counts.
America's Court with Judge Ross.
All rise.
You want him to pay $628?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, knock my socks off.
Daytime Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program.
Pay her her money. Pay it now.
Judge Ross is back with all new cases.
Prove your case.
Before I broke out the window.
Stop.
And the same attitude.
I'm confused. Unconfuse me.
America's Court with Judge Ross.
Your matter's dismissed. Case closed.
New episodes coming this fall.
Well, if it isn't Big Hearty, you fixing to sauce me up? Sick those beefy twins on this cheese hound? Big Mac, go play with your extra toy bun. The adults are getting meaty.
The Big Hearty, part of the buy one, get one for just $1 deal. Feed your happy.
We're talking with Paul Janoski of West Shore Home. Hi, Paul. Thank you for talking with us. How is West Shore Home different from working with other home improvement companies?
Hey, thanks for asking, Jay, and thanks for having us. The home improvement industry is plagued by complaints of cheap work, poor quality, unmet expectations. So we decided to reinvent home remodeling. At West Shore Home, we believe you deserve a better, safer, and easier home improvement project. So we made our process risk-free, easy design process, trusted installation, and convenient financing.
Why do you feel it's so important for West Shore Home to support high school sports?
Here at West Shore Home, our #1 goal is bringing happiness to every home. We're here to support families and children in all of their home improvement projects, as well as their outside activities from the home. That's why for anyone watching this right now, we're going to give you an additional $500 off on our current sale price.
Paul, tell the viewers how important this offer really is.
Yeah, this offer is absolutely huge. It's one of the biggest offers we've ever put out there. We believe that homeowners deserve a better, safer, and easier home improvement project, and this will just make it even easier for them. That $500 off all our current sale prices.
Thank you for your time, and it's great to have your support as our championship sponsor.
Fouls 1 for Demery.
If this is your kind of day and this is your kind of truck, then this is your time to buy. During the Built for Spring sales event, get great deals and great offers on the legendary workhorse Ford F-150 and the adventure-ready Ford Ranger. Make the most of your spring in a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the Built for Spring sales event. Now, get a 2020 F-150 with up to $10,531 in total savings. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
This is the black dress. I'm the judge, and we're in the middle of a trial.
In the People's Court, Judge Millian rules.
How can you accept that? Say it, forget it, write it, regret it.
Real people.
She made a collage of my pictures.
Naked pictures?
Yeah.
Wow.
Real cases.
He was getting violent.
I didn't know what else to do.
I want to kill him.
Get out of my courtroom.
Real drama.
What's the age difference between you two?
40 years.
Did you let him in on the paternity test?
No. Oh, my God.
Real justice. The People's Court. Weekdays on MyRDC.
1, 2, 3. Check it out. Did you attack him with a chainsaw?
No.
You choked on that one. 1, 2, 3.
I'm talking about fairness.
What?
I'm talking about justice.
Oh no. You're right. I know I'm right.
That's the sound
1, 2, 3.
of justice.
So your head's gonna fall off if you keep doing that.
Hot Bench.
Weeknights at 7 and 7:30 on MyRDC 28.
Tell your troubles face to face. The judge decides who wins their case.
Next case.
Hey. Excuse me. Let a real judge do this.
I asked if they wanted to take photos on the back of the jet ski.
You're 43 years old. This is like a 14-year-old move.
You were her sugar daddy. You just wasn't putting out enough sugar.
The dog is doing what it's nature to do.
Tell your troubles face to face. The judge decides who wins their case.
Case closed.
Starting at 5 on MyRDC 28.
Millbrook outscoring Ardrey Kell 21-9 in the second quarter and erased in a 7-point deficit. They lead Ardrey Kell at halftime by 7. And now we'll sit down with the commissioner of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association to talk about how we navigated through this COVID-19 season. Here's Q Tucker with RJ Sohnhalter.
Commissioner, thank you for your time today. It's been a long road to get to these championships. We're finally here, though. Did you feel like we'd make it to this point here today, to these games?
Well, Jay, thank you, first of all, for allowing me this opportunity. And it is good to be here. It has been a long road. And if, in fact,
if you think about it, it's been just about a year since we stopped everything and we're on the verge of playing our state championships and had to stop. So once we shut down last year and moved along, we certainly had hoped that things would be different. But I can tell you that as we moved into the fall of the year, started our first series of sports in November, and then when basketball officially kicked off on December 7th, I had my doubts. So to be here today and know that we are going to play state basketball championship games on Saturday is a thrilling moment, and I'm delighted.
What were some of those key factors that helped these teams and the NCHSAA membership get to these basketball championships?
Well, I think number one was finally the acceptance that, this is real. The pandemic is real, and we're trying to play through it, and we're trying to do so as safely as we possibly can. And so once that realization kicked in that, hey, we do have the opportunity, I think there became a real commitment on the part of coaches and the players themselves. They really had to accept that it is what it is, and we're going to wear these masks, and we're going to play our game, and we're going to do everything we can to make it happen. And then I think the flexibility. Once teams had to be shut down for a week or two, that coaches and athletic directors were willing to work their schedules so that games could be rescheduled as much as possible. I think those were contributing factors more than anything else. And I'm very appreciative of how our coaches worked and really the buy-in from the players themselves, which I think is very important.
What do you think are some of those bright spots that have come from all the work during this pandemic?
Well, I think one is that our athletic directors have done an absolutely wonderful job at their, they're that front line or that person that's in the building every day with their coaches and with the athletes. So I think the bright spot is their leadership. Many of them have participated in Zoom opportunities where they could hone their skills, where they've shared ideas to talk about ways to get through the pandemic. They've encouraged each other. So I want to give a shout out to them first and foremost. And then I think the bright spot has been the commitment on the part of our student athletes. Those who have played, I think they have committed. And I am hopeful that they've learned lessons that will last a lifetime, lessons such as perseverance, the commitment to do things differently. And that if you can do that and you can be flexible and learn how to adapt, then, you're going to be successful in many other ways.
Yeah, and Commissioner, we appreciate your time so much and all the hard work that you and your team's done this season. And we're really excited, looking forward to the game Saturday.
Well, I am too. And, my staff is excited. We live for state championships. And so there's been a buzz here in the office that we hadn't experienced in quite a while. So I appreciate their hard work and really thank you guys for the opportunity to bring the games into the homes of our spectators who won't be able to get to those games on Saturday. So again, thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Don't just do it yourself. Yes! Do it for yourself.
During the Rooms to Go Patio Anniversary Sale, you've got it made in the shade. The free umbrella offer is back. Shop outdoor dining sets and get a free umbrella. Shop outdoor seating and the umbrella is free. From the pool to the patio, bring home great styles at great prices and a free umbrella. Shop these amazing deals and more with a huge selection of outdoor furniture. Then enjoy a beautiful outdoor umbrella free during the Rooms to Go 30th Anniversary Sale.
Get ready for this week's matchup on Friday Night Rivals.
Hi, I'm Jay Sunhalter, and this week is the season premiere of Friday Night Rivals. We've got a great matchup as Wakefield travels to Rollsville for the team's conference opener. Both squads have high expectations in the loaded Northern Athletic Conference. We're live on Friday night.
Watch each week as the area's best high schools battle for victory. Experience it live Friday night on MyRDC 28. MyRDC Friday Night Rivals, presented by West Shore Home.
Don't just do it yourself. Do it for yourself.
All right, back at the Hardee's Feed Your Happy halftime report. Patrick Keenis, Jay Sohnhalter with you. 4A men's championship. Millbrook trailed by 7, but now up by 7, 31-24 over Ardrey. Kell and Jay, let's take a look at some first half highlights. A lot of foul trouble, but the Stars have stepped up.
Yeah, they have. They got into a flow early on in the ball game. And then Ardrey Kell, though, really got it going beyond the three-point line. It was Carver getting hot, and then movement was critical for them. Gerald as well has been a big piece for the Knights offense on the inside.
Vanderheiden led Millbrook with 10 points, knocked down a couple of threes. He picked up 2 fouls, but then again, who hasn't? And there's one of the deepest threes we've seen in the game, that one from Noah Carver.
And Red Dutton, talented offensive player for the Wildcats, a couple big threes of his own, starting to get involved in the offensive game plan. Again, Carver feeling that pressure went into his mid-range game. He's going to have a big second half for the Knights.
Well, the good news for Michael Kraft and the Knights is it's a low-scoring game, which he wanted. They're not shooting particularly well, but look at that on the offensive glass. No offensive rebounds for Ardrey Kell, a dozen for Millbrook.
Says it all. I mean, the effort, the intensity, going above the defenders. They are getting in position. It's created so many second chance opportunities, and that's been the difference in the first half.
16 minutes from a state championship for the first time for either one of these schools. Second half, Millbrook and Ardrey Kell. That's it for the Hardee's halftime report.
The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Fluffy egg, crispy bacon, and melty cheese. All wrapped up in a warm tortilla. The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Part of Hardee's 2-3 more breakfast menu. Feed your happy.
1, 2, 3, check it out. Did you attack him with a chainsaw?
No.
You choked on that one. 1, 2, 3.
I'm talking about fairness.
What?
I'm talking about justice.
Oh no. You're right. I know I'm right.
That's the sound
1, 2, 3.
of justice.
So your head's gonna fall off if you keep doing that.
Hot Bench.
Weeknights at 7 and 7:30 on MyRDC 28.
The biggest comedy stars.
Marijuana may help you what? Eat all the cupcakes.
Wall-to-wall laughs.
In order to prevent sexual harassment claims, employers may consider banning
John Lovitz.
It's the comedy game show.
You can major in wine.
I'm homeschooled.
Funny you should ask.
Weeknights at 10 and 10:30 on MyRDC 28.
For homicide detectives, the first 48 hours is everything.
We're investigating murder.
Once that line is breached without a lead,
Who pulled the trigger?
the odds of solving a case are cut in half.
911, what is your emergency? I just saw someone get shot.
Try to make some sense out of this. The victim's handgun.
I've been awake 36 hours, and it's absolutely worth it to bring this case to a close.
Weekdays at 10.
Well, if it isn't Big Hardy, you fixin' to sauce me up? Sick those beefy twins on this cheese hound? Scram, Big Mac, go play with your extra toy bun. The adults are getting meaty.
The Big Hardy, part of the buy one, get one for just $1 deal. Feed your happy.
Ready for the third quarter of the 4A championship. Millbrook up 7 on Ardrey Kell. Let's take a quick look at the points in the paint presented by the law offices of James Scott Farron.
Pretty even, and Millbrook doing a lot of damage from the outside, but Ardrey Kell early on in the ball game really attacked with Gerald as well as Gray.
It is always a bit melancholy when you deliver your last halftime speech. It comes today in a state championship for Christopher Davis and the Millbrook Wildcats and Michael Kraft and Ardrey Kell. These schools can taste a championship. They've been so close just one time before. And right now, Ardrey Kell, some work to do.
Well, they've been on a mission to get here, and the goals at the start of the season, you never knew if you would get to this point. But through the adversity, through a challenging schedule, a lot of tough ball games, both teams, it's kind of been a collision course to get here.
And speaking of adversity, the delay to begin the third quarter is not COVID-19 related. There are no officials. And large applause for the when do fans ever applaud officials coming back on the floor? This is a first. Somebody must have unlocked the locker room for the officials. Now we are ready. So one of the keys of the recovery for Ardrey Kell to come back and win it is stopping Millbrook on the offensive glass, but also unlocking the door of the officials. They need the officials out here to be able to rally to a potential state championship.
Start off this possession. They need the ball.
Who does it augur worse for? Immediately stomping through the paint, and 10 seconds into the third quarter, a foul is charged, and that will go on Vanderheiden, and that is number 3, and that is probably a bullet point at the top of that dry erase board on mission for Ardrey Kell, maybe get Vanderheiden out of the game.
Immediately come out of the halftime break, get the ball to your best offensive player, Elijah Gray, going on one-on-one, and knowing that Vanderheiden has those fouls is a smart play by him going into the shoulder to draw contact.
And remember, Gray toward the end of that second quarter sat with a couple of fouls, but when he was out there with Vanderheiden with 2 fouls, he attacked him a couple of times and beat him twice. Vanderheiden stays on the floor with 3 fouls. This is a delicate, dicey moment for the 6'9" senior for Millbrook. Demery attacking, contact, whistle swallowed, and the rebound on the miss to Carver. Carver led everybody in the first half with 11.
And the Knights really lost a lot of momentum, Patrick. They're going into the halftime break. It's going to be so important to kind of capture some of that confidence back here first couple minutes.
And here's that matchup again. Gray against Vanderheiden. Didn't get in the bite this time. Dishes in front of the rim, and an easy finish for Ardrey Kell. And it's down to a 3-point game.
And 2 big guys down low working together. Good look. Not much of a passing angle, but they found a way to slip it in.
So after the bucket by Gerald, an unforced turnover on Millbrook, and this is a rocky beginning for the team up 7 at the break. 3rd foul on Vanderheiden, a bucket on the inside by Gerald, and now a loose turnover. Cuts it to 3 and a timeout taken by Millbrook. And let's revisit our keys to the game here, Jay, and see how it's played out through the first half. Brought to you by Ingles.
Well, the pace really hasn't gone in Millbrook's favor, but for them, they got a 3-point lead right now, so they're handling it well and controlling the boards. Absolute domination. 27 overall in the first half, 12-0 on the offensive glass. And then limiting the runs for Ardrey Kell, pretty good until the end of the second quarter, and then Millbrook went off, and then patience on offense. They've been efficient. They've slowed down the pace, but they just have to find a way to continue to get the ball inside to Gerald and Gray.
All right, Ingles, food for thought for the second half. Low prices, love the savings. All of a sudden, this would be for a tie. How about that? 1:17 into the third quarter, a 7-point Millbrook lead has vanished. 31 all. Dutton off the baseline. Over Gray. And suddenly, Ardrey Kell can shoot for the lead here. Smith on the attack. Into the corner. Gray. Little shorts. And there's the first offensive rebound of the game for Ardrey Kell.
There's a hustle by Carver.
Inside position. And there is the lead for Ardrey Kell. The first 9 of the third quarter belong to the Knights. And it's 33-31, Ardrey Kell.
You feel the intensity picking up, the emotion coming out of the break. There's a lot of pressure on the Knights to really perform here at the start. They've lived up to it.
This has been an uppercut to the chin of the Millbrook Wildcats. Vanderheiden, the silencer.
That's what star players do. Stop runs, quiet the crowd, make a play for your team.
Oh, you can see him doing that at Cameron Indoor or at the Dean Dome right after a big Carolina run. That's his future. Foul again on the inside going against Millbrook. Vanderheiden has already picked up his third. That one is charged against C.J. Jordan, his second.
Talented junior Gray going over the top. Those guys going back and forth, knocking down three-pointers.
Gray now has 11, and Smith traveled, trying to make that quick bursting move out of the corner. 5 players at halftime had 2 fouls apiece. 3 for Ardrey, Kell, 2 for Millbrook. Vanderheiden's already picked up his third, and now another Millbrook Wildcat has picked up his second. So if this is called tight or down the stretch, watch out. Could be a war of attrition. Dutton looks over Carver and leaves it for Vanderheiden. The reversal, Dutton, and throws it away. Boy, he had the defender about to commit.
Yeah.
Probably could have drawn the shooting foul on the perimeter instead of turnover.
He's so good with that shot fake. And I like the thought, trying to get Jordan the ball down low. But he did get that defender up off balance.
And Millbrook back into the 3-2 look. This is the zone defense that Christopher Davis employed when the game began. Out of the corner, Carver, a rare miss. (34-33). The lead to Millbrook, and that 3 is off the mark by Demery. And a good rebound there. And any defensive rebound the Knights can grab is a moral victory here. Into the lane, and that will drop good. Carver.
He's been so good. Look at him hustle back on the defensive end.
And that's a blocking foul on Ardrey Kell. But the game inside the game, this is now, despite the fact that the Knights have taken the lead, cut the deficit down to 0, this is now the frenetic pace that Millbrook has drawn Ardrey Kell. They've sucked them into the pace and the tempo that they feel is going to lead to a Millbrook win.
And making big shots. That was Carver going in against Vanderheiden, 6'9", shooting the ball over the top. But you're right. Yeah, you're right, Patrick. Sorry. 4:22 left here in the third. Then you've got the fourth quarter. Your whole season's on the line, and you can see the effort, the hustle picking up.
Those free throws from the NC 529 free throw line. It's never too early or too late to start saving for education. 1 of 2 for Daniels. And that foul went against Carver, who now has 3 for Ardrey Kell. We're tied at 35. Vanderheiden in the center of that 3-2, but it leaves open the back line, and the easy lay-in by Gerald off of the fine from the point.
And Gray, he'll find you if you're open. Gerald setting up down low, waving his arms. That's a good look.
Vanderheiden still out there with 3 fouls. More active defense, man-to-man by Ardrey Kell. Dutton, the up fake. Stepping back, Daniels might have gotten away with a walk. Dutton now on the block, steps back for the mid-range, and we're tied again.
He's smooth. Put up that shot fake, drove to the lane, dished it off to Daniels. As soon as he passed it, he had position, stayed low, called for the ball again. And his mid-range jumper is lethal.
He just really recognizes what he does well. And he is exploiting Ardrey Kell. This is a long 3 off of the mark by Gray. Rebound tipped in the air, grabbed by Dutton, and a quick release here for Demery. The pull up from 16. And again, a near offensive rebound, but Ardrey Kell looking much better here. This is Carver. And the lead back to Ardrey Kell. It's 40-37 on Carver's 4th of the game.
He raised his hand after he shot it. He knew it was in. Really putting his team on his back.
Another Nissan three-pointer brought to you by your local Nissan dealers. A lot of times when Carver has made threes, Vanderheiden has come right back and gone at him, but not here. It's been a wobbly third quarter for the Millbrook Wildcats looking for their first state championship. 7-point lead is gone. Ardrey Kell by 3.
During the Rooms to Go Patio Anniversary Sale, you've got it made in the shade. The free umbrella offer is back. Shop outdoor dining sets and get a free umbrella. Shop outdoor seating and the umbrella is free. From the pool to the patio, bring home great styles at great prices and a free umbrella. Shop these amazing deals and more with a huge selection of outdoor furniture. Then enjoy a beautiful outdoor umbrella free during the Rooms to Go 30th Anniversary Sale.
For homicide detectives, the first 48 hours is everything.
We're investigating murder.
Once that line is breached without a lead,
Who pulled the trigger?
the odds of solving a case are cut in half.
911, what is your emergency? I just saw someone get shot.
Try to make some sense out of this. The victim's handgun. I've been awake 36 hours, and it's absolutely worth it to bring this case to a close.
Weekdays at 10.
40-37 lead for Ardrey Kell. They have surmounted a 7-point halftime deficit, up 3. A reminder, make your next meal easy with Wegmans Meals to Go. Order hot pizza and wings, fresh subs, sushi, and more for delivery, carry-out, and curbside pickup. 2:20 for the third. Gerald, Gray, Carver have led the cavalry on this comeback here for the Knights.
Zone defense now by Millbrook, switching things up, going back to the 3-2.
This is Gray looking for space and a reversal for the finish, and the lead is 5.
You've seen power from Gray. There's the finesse, the agility to kind of move his defender around and get a crease.
Breaking underneath, this is Vanderheiden playing with 3 fouls and has to give it up. Step back, Daniels, yes. And for Daniels, not much of an offensive threat yet in this one. That's his first 3. He averages about 15 a game. 42-40, Ardrey Kell. This is high-level, free-flowing basketball. Carver again. Unreal championship game for Noah Carver. 5 threes, and he's pumping his fists at the Knight fans to his right. Vanderheiden, okay. Game on.
The stars stepping up. We see Carver in the zone. It's almost like Vanderheiden felt it, Patrick. He felt the momentum change, and he captured it right back for his team.
Back-to-back Nissan three-pointers brought to you by your local Nissan dealers. Just about every time Carver has knocked down all 5 of his threes, Vanderheiden has had the reply. Inside the final minute of the third. Knights by 2. They go against Vanderheiden. That could have been his 4th foul. Whistles were swallowed and laid in on the inside by Gerald. Quickly at the other end, Demery, the finish.
Yeah, he's got that first step quickness. See how easy he makes it look, getting into the lane, breaking down the defender.
And that's why the Knights don't want to go up and down, because that was a made shot at their end, and Demery and the Wildcats still basically beat them down the floor for a layup. Ardrey Kell content to hold for the final shot here. Evan Smith working hard against Daniels, chasing him all around the floor. Throws back, open look for 3. Rebound Smith. That's going to go inside the final 2 seconds. And Ardrey Kell, down by 7 at halftime, flips the script. A 4-point lead for Ardrey Kell. They're 8 minutes away from their first state championship banner. 49-45 Knights.
Don't just do it yourself. Yes! Do it for yourself.
Get ready for this week's matchup on Friday Night Rivals.
Hi, I'm Jay Sunhalter, and this week is the season premiere of Friday Night Rivals. We've got a great matchup as Wakefield travels to Rollsville for the team's conference opener. Both squads have high expectations in the loaded Northern Athletic Conference. We're live on Friday night.
Watch each week as the area's best high schools battle for victory. Experience it live Friday night on MyRDC 28. MyRDC Friday Night Rivals, presented by West Shore Home.
Whatever the crime.
You never come to work thinking you're going to see something like that.
Whatever the motive.
If he couldn't have her, no one was going to have her.
Whatever it takes, answers to mysteries will be revealed.
The question is, who's going to benefit by these 2 deaths?
I remember falling to the floor. He was finally caught.
On Dateline.
Weekdays at 11 on MyRDC 28.
Don't just do it yourself. Yes! for yourself.
Ardrey Kell outscores Millbrook 25-14 in that high-paced third quarter and carries a 4-point lead into the final 8 minutes. Will they claim their first state championship, or will we see a big rally by Millbrook? If it's going to be the Wildcats, they need to contend more on the James Scott Farron points to paint.
Huge discrepancy right now. Domination by the Knights. For Millbrook, they've got to get some easy hoops down low.
Demery twisted and finishing.
And right there, Demery getting into the paint easily.
Two-point lead for Ardrey Kell. A reminder, the Hardee's play of the game is on the way later on in this fourth quarter. Brought to you by Hardee's. Feed your happy. That pass is slung to the sideline. Three-pointer is missed. And Millbrook cleans up the glass. And one of the reasons for this comeback for Ardrey Kell, they've just been a lot more competitive rebounding on both ends. The trailer, Vanderheiden, swirls it home in the lead. Back to Millbrook. 5 threes in this one by Eric Vanderheiden. He has 19 points. That's kicked. It will stay with Ardrey Kell. Well, a lot of contenders for our West Shore Home Player of the Game. We'll get to that a little bit later on in this contest. Brought to you by West Shore Home, or you can convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just one day. A lot of contenders. Vanderheiden, Carver, Gray, Gerald. This game far from decided, and that is an offensive foul on Elijah Gray. And he pleads his case, and that's his third foul, Jake.
Dutton moving his feet as soon as that whistle was blown. He knew it was going the other way. Good job taking the contact, being unselfish on the defensive end.
50-49, Millbrook. Demery knifing through, stepping over a fallen defender and lays it in.
He's so powerful. 6'4", going into the lane like a football player, just driving through the defenders.
Gray had the dribble poked away, but he saves. Every possession, high premium, because we're not seeing many turnovers. We're not seeing many missed shots either. Another near turnover for the Knights as this offensive set breaking down.
Ardrey Kell's got to get the ball into Gerald down low. He's got a height advantage here coming out on the perimeter. He's got to set up down low because he's going to have some opportunities on the low block.
That pass was not intended for him. He still gets to Carver, the hot perimeter hand, shaking, faking, and passing it up. The most patient offensive set of the contest. Millbrook defending exceptionally well for about 40 seconds there. And now we get a foul off of the play going against Jordan. That's going to be number 3.
Well, that was Gerald calling for the ball, waving his hands. He's set up there on that left side. Good entry pass.
Boy, these fans, and again, a small number of fans allowed here for this state championship at Wheatmore High School. They're having a tough time sitting down. This has been, from start to finish, exciting, anxiety-driven. And it's hard to keep your mask on, but that's the rule here inside. Two teams looking for their first ever state championship, and two worthy state champions slugging it out. It's interesting. Stylistically, we've seen the strengths of both teams. We've seen Ardrey Kell look really good. Is that when his volleyball? Yeah, could be a tough time to get an entry, a dead ball entry over that guy's arms at 6'9" and a wingspan of about, 8 feet.
Yeah.
But we've seen the quick tempo from Millbrook that's been effective, and the very high-quality, half-court, patient offensive sets for Michael Kraft's Ardrey Kell Knights. Into the lane, getting past Vanderheiden, a foul called. If it's Vanderheiden, that's number 4. He was there, Dutton was nearby, and it is number 4 on Eric Vanderheiden.
Evan Smith, 3-time all-conference performer, broke down his defender. We'll see him here to find Vanderheiden.
Got him on the arm. Good call.
Yeah, and just that little slap to the wrist. He's going to have to be careful and look for the Knights to continue to attack number 23.
And one more from the NC 529 free throw line. Free throw missed, and a foul trying to get inside position against Ardrey Kell. And if this one goes on Gray, then that's going to be his fourth. Well, we foreshadowed this early in the first quarter, that if the game was called as it was and some early fouls on key players, it could be attrition of the starters in the fourth, and that's exactly where we are.
So now the question is, who's going to be able to not pick up that fifth foul? Who's going to be disciplined? Because if you get number 5, that's going to impact your team in a huge way.
Dutton open for 3. Battle for the board, and it's going the other way. Foul on Millbrook, and I believe it's going to be Demery. So meanwhile, Gray is on the bench with 4 fouls, and we saw Michael Kraft pull him to the sidelines late in the second quarter after he got his second. Contrarily, Christopher Davis was rolling the dice, trusting Vanderhyde when he got 2 fouls the first half. He keeps him on the floor now with 4.
And look at the height advantage down low again. Gerald going against Daniels.
It looked like Daniels got him across the arm. Shot blocked away. It is loose. And Vanderhyde making sure he's not involved there. Didn't want to pick up a silly 5th.
That was a heck of an effort down low by Daniels, giving up about 7 inches on the block. Staying feisty, knocking that ball loose.
5 minutes left in regulation. Millbrook by 3. Neither Millbrook nor Ardrey Kell has ever raised the banner of a state title. Somebody will in a couple of minutes. The take by Demery, attacking 2 defenders. Offensive rebound by Jordan. The shot blocked down. Millbrook fighting for it again. And how about the effort by C.J. Jordan? He'll head to the free throw line. Jay, it really just comes down to now heart and desire. Dreams are going to be made tonight, and they're leaving everything out there.
It's that want-to attitude. Jordan, 6'4", battling 6'7", 6'8" down low. He's got a nose for the ball and just found a way to continue that possession on, scrapping for the ball. And these free throws, every possession you talked about, so important here as we close out the ball game.
Now to the Riddle and Brantley free throw line. One more coming for Jordan. The foul went on Gerald. That's unbelievably just his first. And both free throws are made. Meanwhile, Gray is back on the floor now with 4 fouls as the lead for Millbrook gets to 5. And it's kind of a dangerous area for Ardrey Kell. You can't have Gray sit while Millbrook maybe puts the game away with a run.
Yeah, and on both sides, who has 4 fouls? You attack him. I mean, with Gray, Millbrook needs to go towards him, try to get him out of the game. The other side here, go towards Vanderhyde.
Right after Vanderhyde, who plays Ole defense. And the drop-in bucket cuts it at 3.
Well, that was smart by him, just sticking your hands up, no contact with the body.
That's 13 now for Gerald. 54-51, Millbrook. Vanderhyde is on the opposite side of the floor with 4 fouls. Gray right now, his assignment is on Jalen Donaldson, who will not be much of an offensive threat here for Millbrook. There's the hard take, the wraparound. Vanderhyde fakes the 3 and milks the clock a little bit more. They trap Vanderhyde, lost it off his leg, kicked into the backcourt and taken up by Ardrey Kell. And that's going to be an offensive foul on the Knights. Taken by Demery.
You see the emotion. That effort is what the Wildcats need to win this game.
3:44 left in an electric 4A title game. Millbrook by 3.
Wake up with Hardee's. The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Fluffy egg, crispy bacon, and melty cheese. All wrapped up in a warm tortilla. The $3 bacon, egg, and cheese burrito. Part of Hardee's 2-3 more breakfast menu. Feed your happy.
Losing him is the hardest thing I've ever been through. But Stephen L. Lyons Funeral Home is doing so much for my family, I can't begin to put it into words. And because we pre-planned with Steve last year, we ensured that all of his wishes are being met. I don't have to worry about anything. My family can relax at this difficult time and celebrate his life.
Won't you give us a call today? We would be honored to provide you the trust, service, and compassion you rightfully deserve in your time of need. That is our promise here at the Stephen L. Lyons Funeral Home.
Well, if it isn't Big Hearty, you fixin' to sauce me up? Sick those beefy twins on this cheese hound? Scram, Big Mac, go play with your extra toy bun. The adults are getting meaty.
The Big Hearty, part of the buy one, get one for just $1 deal. Feed your happy.
Waning moments of regulation. Millbrook up 3 on Ardrey Kell. This has been a seesaw affair, but we're seeing big plays even on the defensive end. After the turnover, look at Silas Demery stepping for the charge.
Saw the emotion coming up off the floor. His teammates picking him up. And now 3-point lead. 3:42 left on the clock. You can milk it here. Ardrey Kell coming out here, man-to-man defense, trying to create some pressure on the ball.
And this is Vanderheiden still out there with 4 fouls, as is Gray. They're not matched up against one another here. Gray is still shadowing Donaldson. There's the take by Demery. Thought better of it. And now Gray's on him. Vanderheiden turns against Gerald. This is very atypical for Millbrook, trying to stall a little bit, milk the clock, because their instinct is to score and run. It is not this, but they're doing it pretty well. They've taken almost a minute off the clock. Dutton, Vanderheiden, Demery tried to step through, lost it, and saved it. And more time off the clock for Millbrook.
A couple close calls. Millbrook able to retain the possession, though.
There's the lob. Donaldson, his first touch in a minute-and-a-half possession. Daniels weaving through, blocked out of bounds, stays with Millbrook. They've now taken about, a minute 18 off the clock on this possession, have not taken a shot.
Christopher Davis has a lot of confidence in his team to make the right decision, pull the ball out, and stay patient.
Both teams have 1 foul to give. The arrow belongs to Ardrey Kell. And now a little delay. I believe a mask might have been dislodged for one of the players. But will the patience continue for Vanderheiden and the Millbrook Wildcats? Here's the take. The fadeaway by Vanderheiden. In and out. Tip won't go. One more try from Dutton. No. Loose ball saved out of there by Jalen Donaldson, but he's called for a double dribble near the sideline. That would have purchased probably another 30 seconds off the clock. Tough break for Donaldson.
And Dutton tipped it out. He was continuing his effort. Donaldson. Tough call for Millbrook.
54-51. It's a 1-possession game. Ardrey Kell possession and trailing. Gerald looking for Gray. They repost. The interior pass tipped away beautifully by Donaldson, who didn't play a single second in the first half. He's in here at high leverage moments to try and win a championship for Millbrook. Huge play. Inside 2 minutes. And the chase is on. Boy, try catching Demery on the dribble. A second player comes in. They can't knock it loose. And Millbrook. Here we go again. Vanderheiden. Thought about the dagger. Daniels. Contact. Foul on Gerald. That will be the last non-shooting foul against Ardrey Kell.
Right now it's a game of keep away. Millbrook moving well. A couple double teams starting to come over by the Knights. They just haven't been able to lock it down.
54-51. Millbrook takes a timeout. They have had possession now for almost 2 minutes, Jay. They're up by 3 with 1:36 to go. And let's take a look at the Hardee's play of the game tonight, presented by Hardee's. Feed your happy place. And Jay, let's take a look.
Gray going in to his teammate, Gerald. You see the power, the athleticism going in. Those two guys, such smart players. The chemistry that they have is evident. They really look towards each other, use that high post, low post to their advantage.
There's a look inside the Michael Kraft huddle. Ardrey Kell, again, a 3-point win in the regional finals, a 2-point win in the opening round. So both of these teams have been in these nail biters where it looked like all was lost, only to rally and overcome and advance. It's been the theme, especially for Millbrook, survive and advance, as they have. 54-51. Only one, however, today will survive and raise the banner. And what was interesting when we talked with Christopher Davis, the Millbrook head coach, specifically about that man right there, Eric Vanderheiden, when the season was delayed and maybe unsure if we were going to play, Vanderheiden was having some thoughts of maybe opting out, perhaps graduating early and going to Louisville to get on campus with the Louisville Cardinals, or just kind of traveling around for some travel basketball. But he was reassured we're going to get a season in. This is why he came to Millbrook, right? He transferred from Ravenscroft to win a title, and that's been the mission all year long for Millbrook, and they're a minute 36 away. And that foul will put Millbrook at the line with Vanderheiden.
Well, he stepped up at the biggest moments. Here, another key opportunity to make this a two-possession game.
And at the Riddle and Brantley free throw line, Vanderheiden 4 for 4 today. 4-point lead. That's 20 for Vanderheiden. Well, now the tables are really turned because you have the slow tempo Ardrey Kell Knights. They'll have to be rushing to score quickly. And you have Millbrook, the fast tempo team, trying to mothball things. 5-point lead, minute and a half to go for a 4A state championship. And the turn of events, the jam and the foul. It's going to go for Ardrey Kell, Peyton Gerald. And Gerald to the line, took a shot across the bow on the dunk, I believe by Chris Daniels. Stops the clock with 1:27 and gives an opportunity of a huge three-point play.
Well, the Knights move the ball quickly up the floor. Look at Carver here with a little pass and then the dish. The contact on that back shoulder.
I think we called our play of the game a little bit too soon. Sub in. And a three-point play for Ardrey Kell. Nelson to the bench, 56-54.
Can Millbrook continue to ice this clock and play keep away?
2-point game, pressure applied by the Knights. They lob it ahead, they turn it over, and a chance to tie or take the lead. Filling the lane, Gray. Contact, blocking foul, count the bucket for a tie. And Elijah Gray heads to the free throw line with a chance to give Ardrey Kell the lead. If called the other way, he is fouled out of his final game of his junior year.
Okay, here the turnover. Pass the ball forward. Look at the hustle by Gray, dishing it off. And then one, back-to-back possessions. Gerald, then Gray.
What did I say a minute ago? Maybe we re-racked the play of the game too soon. 3.0 of our play of the game. Gray for the lead. 57-56. Ardrey Kell has risen from the ashes again.
Now attack mode for the Wildcats. They're playing keep away. Now they've got to go. Looks like here, pick and roll. Put the ball in Demery's hands.
Demery out of control. Can't finish. Gray the rebound. And a tie-up. Arrow to Ardrey Kell. Credit to Demery for getting enough basketball to elicit the whistle for a jump ball.
Demery's the guy you want to have the ball in his hand and really break down defenders. And you can either take him all the way to the hoop or dish off to your teammates. But now here, they're going to have to turn up the pressure. Full court press.
1-point lead, Ardrey Kell. They inbound to Carver. And here come the Knights. And now how will the Wildcats defend here? Both teams in the bonus. And now we get a timeout taken, and Michael Kraft wants a full. The shoe is now back on the right foot, right? So you have Ardrey Kell with the lead. Now in the half-court offense, this is what they're comfortable doing. And you know you're going to get a high-octane pressure and swipes of the basketball, digs by Millbrook to try and turn you over one last time.
A good timeout right now. Give your team a break. I think the message in the huddle here for Millbrook is, hey, we've got to deny the ball to Gerald and Gray down low. Front them, double team them, do whatever you have to do. And then if Carver gets the ball on the three-point line, he's probably not going to take a quick shot here, but you have to close out.
57-56, Ardrey Kell. And let's go back to what perhaps could be the play of the game. On that baseline feed, the dunk plus the foul, which may have turned. Tell you what, if they're driving the state championship trophy from either Raleigh to Charlotte, They're blowing a lot of gas money because it's going back and forth. But this, if it belongs to Ardrey Kell, could be the play that sealed it.
That's it, the and one opportunity. Gerald looking for the call, and then he went straight to the free throw line, knocked it down from there, and they regained momentum.
49 seconds left. 57-56, Ardrey Kell. And all kinds of pressure being applied by Millbrook. Ardrey Kell into the backcourt. That was almost an over back with Gray. And now Gray weaving around. Vanderheiden playing him with 4 fouls. Gray has 4 as well. There's going to be a whistle. Somebody's fouled out, and it's Vanderheiden. He's gone with 34 seconds left. The star matchup we've watched all game long. Elijah Gray and Eric Vanderheiden. What a performance they both put on. Sad it had to end this way. A 1-point game in the final minutes. Both players with 4 fouls, and that's the right call, though. Vanderheiden couldn't buy it.
He tried to move his feet to get in front and get in possession. Just didn't get there in time. But how about the career? How about the night for Vanderheiden?
He wanted to come back to Millbrook to win a state championship. That was his mission, specifically to his head coach, Christopher Davis. He's in the championship game with his team, but he did not want to be sitting and watching the final 34 seconds of a 1-point game. Gray at the line, leaves it short. Millbrook the rebound. And now the Wildcats can shoot for maybe the championship. Dunson flips to the inside. Daniels has it knocked out of his fingertips in his last touch by the Knights. So now the question is for Millbrook, who is going to be the hero?
Who's going to step up? This is your chance. I think you look at Demery and Dutton. Those have to be option 1 and 2.
Daniels throws in. This is Dutton for the lead with 21 seconds left. Redford Dutton. And here comes Ardrey Kell. Will they call timeout or play for the title? Here we go, down the lane, Evan Smith, yes! With 10 seconds left, Millbrook down 1. Here comes Demery, attacking, whistle, and a shooting foul called against Ardrey Kell. And with 5 seconds left, Millbrook to the line, needing 1 to tie, 2 for the lead. But still just enough time for Ardrey Kell in the event of Demery makes.
We knew this was going to go down to the wire. Demery, the star junior. Look at Denton here, wanting the ball, wanting to take that shot, going over the top.
This is a 1-and-1 for Silas Demery. For the tie. I take it back, 2-shot foul, misses. And here is Evan Smith. 4 points in the championship until that one, the biggest shot of his career. Speaking of big shots of the career, this one is for Demery. Deep breath for the tie of the 4A state title game with 5 seconds left. Tie game. And a timeout taken by Millbrook. 59 all stalemate. We have played 37 minutes and 54.7 seconds, and nothing settled for these two schools, desperate for their first ever state championship.
Demery had ice in his veins. All the pressure there on that free throw, Patrick. The crowd was silent. Everybody was waiting to see that shot go off. He executed. Now coming out of the timeout here, Ardrey Kell, still plenty of time to get this possession going up the court.
They will have to work the length of the floor. So now the question for Millbrook is, as active as they are defensively, you certainly want to slow Ardrey Kell down at least a little bit, provide a little bit of a nuisance in the backcourt to waste some time. But you know, obviously it's probably going to be in the hands of Elijah Gray here.
Demery right there, going the contact, getting the block call, and that's what enabled him to get to the line. You know, big drives on both sides. This was Smith with the floater to get the 1-point lead.
All right, here we go again. They would probably, if Vanderheiden were still in the game, he'd probably be denying the inbounds pass, but instead it's going to be Dutton, who's 6'7" only. Gray right now stands at the right elbow, defended by Chris Daniels. Tie game, it's into Ardrey Kell. And in deep, a long pass, leaping catch is made. The three on the way, missed by Nelson at the horn. And did we deserve anything else but an extra session for the 4A title? An epic game at Wheatmore High, not done yet. Millbrook, Ardrey, Kell, extra time for the title when we come back.
I've got a math.
I was in a tight unit, being airborne. We always believe in, being first to fight. Once I got hurt, it seemed like, I was left out there alone. I thought about Gene and Riddle, that they'd handled this other accident case for me. I said that before I knew it, I was 100% qualified for my VA disabilities, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm not gonna tell them, I'm gonna hand carry them to Riddle and Brantley.
Riddle and Brantley, when justice counts.
If this is your kind of day, and this is your kind of SUV, then this is your time to buy. It's the Built for Spring sales event. Right now, get great deals and great offers on a Ford SUV, built for life in motion, built for life's adventures, and built wild. Make the most of your spring in a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the Built for Spring sales event. Right now, get a new Escape with a no-charge 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain care plan. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
This is the black dress. I'm the judge, and we're in the middle of a trial.
In the People's Court, Judge Millian rules.
How can you accept that? Say it, forget it, write it, regret it.
Real people.
She made a collage of my pictures.
Naked pictures?
Yeah.
Wow.
Real cases.
He was getting violent.
I didn't know what else to do.
I want to kill him.
Get out of my courtroom.
Real drama.
What's the age difference between you two?
40 years.
Did you let him in on the paternity test?
No.
Oh, my God.
Real justice. The People's Court.
Weekdays on MyRDC.
The new season of Divorce Court. A new courtroom and a whole new attitude.
Come on now, I'm a diva.
Are you done? You need to back up off it no matter what he's doing.
I do stuff that I don't want to do.
Did I get it?
I'm done.
And I was just like, this girl, she looks thirsty.
I'm sorry, Miss Dare, I shouldn't laugh. It's not right. You're getting on my nerves already. It's not a good sign. Attitude all over the place. I just love it.
Divorce
Watch
Court.
it here, weekdays at 4 and 4:30 on MyRDC 28.
1 year ago, in every classification in North Carolina, we were declared co-champions because there was no state championship game due to the pandemic. We have played 32 minutes in this epic 4A men's basketball championship. No winner yet. 4 minutes added. We're in overtime. Vanderheiden of Millbrook, the Louisville recruit, has fouled out late in the fourth. And the first attempt of the overtime session rims out a three from Daniels. Bullet pass to the inside. Gets to the hands of Gerald. Down the lane. Gray took it and got fouled on the way up by Redford Dunson.
For the Knights, overtime. What's the game plan? Go down low to Gray and Gerald. Vanderheiden out of the ball game, 6'9". He's sitting on the bench. You've got the advantage down on the block. Continue to feed those guys in the post.
So Elijah Gray, 16 points in the game, gives the first overtime lead to Ardrey Kell. I mean, if you're not a high school basketball fan here in North Carolina and you're tuning in for this game and you've seen the last 5 or 7 minutes of regulation, pick a team in your community and support it, because this is what it's all about. This is fantastic stuff. 2-point lead, Ardrey Kell. Demery has had an outstanding championship. He's number 5 in the white uniforms. The fadeaway off the elbow ties it.
He wants to take the big shot. And he's going to be a guy coming back next year, but as an underclassman here, looking to create. That's why he's getting a lot of D1 interest. He's going to continue to gain more offers.
Now with the absence of Vanderheiden, he knows he shoulders the offensive burden for the state title. A minute gone by in OT. Tied at 61. Carver has made 5 threes in this one. And the Knights will recycle.
And down low again, Gerald and Gray. They're being guarded by guards. The Knights have to get the ball down to him. That's where the advantage is, down low.
Evan Smith, key second bucket in regulation. A kick ball. But hard to believe in this entire possession, it's gone probably 40 seconds. Elijah Gray just had that one quick touch on really just a handoff.
The best offensive player needs to be involved here on this possession.
And he needs to command the basketball here, and it's in his hands now. Working against Daniels. And breaking free. Gray, 3 defenders around him, looking for space. Couldn't get the finger roll, got his own miss, and an over-the-head reverse layup for the lead.
Well, I like the play design. There's a back pick to get Gray coming over on the block. He missed that initial shot, but you saw him being relentless.
Ardrey Kell by 2 in overtime. Dutton for the tie. Rebound tracked down nicely by Donaldson and saves beautifully to Dunson. Clay Donaldson not viewed as a scorer on the floor, but he has made some kind of blue-collar hustle plays to keep Millbrook involved. And this overtime shrinking quickly. For the lead, Demery. And a defensive rebound grab by Elijah Gray. And now the Knights need a hustle to get it over the timeline here. Gray still not over the timeline, and a timeout called brilliantly by Michael Kraft. I mean, we have lauded his experience at the college level with Davidson, with Western Carolina, with App State, with Wingate. I mean, this guy's mind is on 100% as far as game strategy. He has that internal clock counting, and that was destined to be a critical overtime turnover had he not rushed to the officials and called timeout to save it.
He saved his team. They didn't realize it, and it was about to be called. And you said it all, that experience paying off. And the experience of his junior, Gray, going down low, recognizing this is the times when the best players have to step up, calling for the ball and refusing to be denied.
Yeah, we talked to Michael Kraft a couple of days ago about his basketball history. Learned a lot of the game from his dad. Actually played for his dad at Hickory High School. Michael Kraft's brother is now the baseball coach and the athletic director at Hickory. And every road game they take going that direction, they stop off at the Hickory Tavern for their pregame meal. They know what he's going to order every time. It's grilled chicken with some corn and maybe a couple of biscuits. That's how they will celebrate. That's where they had their meal earlier today. And they're a minute 20 away from a state championship. The count resets, and over the timeline, Evan Smith. Gray, long skip. Touch to Gerald. And now they're playing keep away. Gray breaks free on the baseline. Lost the handle on the way to the rim, but fortunately it was tipped out by Millbrook. He was going up for a jam. It was a little bit loose in the handle. But it stays with Ardrey Kell with the minute 6. And now they will exchange basketballs. That was a dunk and a 4-point lead teed up. And a steal in the corner by Donaldson again. And a quick whistle. Timeout taken by Millbrook. Where has Jalen Donaldson come from? Steals, deflected passes, saving possessions, leaping over sidelines and baselines. What an unheralded star we've seen here in the waning moments of this one.
Stepping up, good job, kind of fading off his man, jumping in the passing lane. Then how about Christopher Davis? The chess match between the coaches, recognizing his team regained possession, not waiting at all, calling the timeout and bringing his team over to the sideline.
And this is just high quality stuff. Davis in his 4th year as the Millbrook head coach. 18-0. The only state championship appearance was 10 years ago, a loss to West Charlotte under head coach Scott McGinnis. 63-61. Ardrey Kell with the lead. Doubtful this will be the final possession of the game. Demery, I'm sure, will be the guy to take control here.
This has to be Demery and Dutton. Two best offensive players have to call for the ball here.
Here's Demery taking on 3 defenders, weaving through. Tip try won't go, and the rebound to Ardrey Kell. Releasing down the floor, driving in is Nelson. Layup, yes. Ardrey Kell by 4. 34 seconds left. Daniels for 3. Jousting for the rebound. It's out of bounds. It's Ardrey Kell basketball. 27 seconds left. Jarius Company is on the floor for Millbrook, replacing C.J. Jordan, probably for defensive purposes and maybe to take a foul here. And Ardrey Kell, tough pass threaded through on the run, and the foul against Millbrook.
Here, the execution, the pass, and then the focus to finish as Donaldson flies in your face. Brandon Nelson, the sophomore, stepping up.
And that's exactly it as Jordan re-enters. Company back at the bench. That was the 4th foul, meanwhile, on Redford Dunton. Eric Vanderheiden has already been fouled out of the game very late in regulation. 65-61 to Ardrey Kell. And 2 more Ridland Brantley free throws on the way. And how big are these? First one short. And words of encouragement at the free throw line from Peyton Gerald, one of the outgoing seniors. And 1 more for the junior Smith. Missed them both. Rebound Jordan. 4-point game remains. Demery high stepping through, misses. Plenty of white shirts there for the rebound, and a whistle with 17 seconds left. And Millbrook to the free throw line. And Elijah Gray has just fouled out of the game for Ardrey Kell. That's his 5th. So Elijah Gray completes his junior year, and like Vanderheiden, the star for the Knights will sit and spectate for the final couple of seconds. He's done with 20 today. And Demery at the line. It's a 4-point deficit. Desperately needs these 2. Pressure's coming. And frankly, the Knights didn't handle it all that well the last time. They know it. Millbrook knows it. And the stars for both teams are on the bench. Fouled out. Demery to cut it to 2. And here we go. 65-63, Ardrey Kell. Full court pressure applied by Millbrook. And it's in the hands of Carver, and a quick foul taken by Demery. And the clock ticked down to 16 flat. Foul against Demery, his 3rd. And it's going to be Noah Carver, who put in 9 in the opening quarter thanks to 3 3-pointers. He's made 5 total in this championship. And trying to make this a 2-possession game. Oh, they're tight free throws, Jay. 3 in a row missed, all shorts. And now the best that Carver can do is make it a 3-point game. And does not. A 2 to tie, a 3 for the title. Demery in the corner, ducks around, and a blocking foul on Ardrey Kell. 10 seconds left. And the foul goes on Jacob German of Ardrey Kell. And now Demery to the line, and he'll get 2 to try and tie it. Clutch. Free throw from Demery. And now the big one. State championship on the line. 10 seconds left. A free throw for the tie. That's big time stuff. 10 seconds left in OT. And Ardrey Kell will bring it up 1 more time against full court pressure. It's inbounded into the hands of Smith. A strip, a takeaway. Demery in the hole for the title. Lays it in with 3 seconds left. Hang on, the clock is not run out. Millbrook is celebrating on the court. I don't think anybody called a timeout, did they? Okay, timeout was called by Ardrey Kell. So no threat of a technical celebration, which was my fear. But the defense, 3 defenders swarmed on that inbounds pass, and Smith the giveaway, Demery the takeaway, and with 3 seconds left, a 2-point lead for Millbrook.
The theft right there. The spotlight was on Demery on those free throw opportunities. 4 for 4 his last 4 attempts. Then on the defensive end, taking over, impacting the ball game, getting your hand in there, and now This was a 4-point deficit for Millbrook. You look up, all of a sudden, 2-point lead. You're in the driver's seat, but you've got to close this out on the defensive end.
We'll take one more look at what could be a title-clinching strip and layup that will be forever remembered in Raleigh at Millbrook High. Silas Demery with 12 points from the fourth quarter on through overtime, with Eric Vanderheiden fouled out late in the fourth. 4 points down inside the final minute of OT. Some missed free throws for Ardrey Kell, some turnovers for Ardrey Kell, and they have one last shot with their star, Elijah Gray, on the bench. 4 seconds left. It's into Gerald. Quickly ahead, Evan Smith driving in. This is for the tie. Online, long, and the Millbrook Wildcats at long last have their first ever basketball championship. An overtime epic. Demery closes it out. Vanderheiden, the biggest spectator in the building, and how about that embrace? This is why I came back. Vanderheiden fouled out late in the fourth. Millbrook down 4 in the final minute. It looked like all was lost. Demery's offense, Demery's defense saves the day, and a banner is going to be raised in Raleigh at Millbrook High School for Christopher Davis.
What a moment for these players, this program. The spotlight was on Millbrook. Adversity hit them. Demery, his teammates, found a way to stay in this ball game, continue to fight, and they closed it out on the defensive end. In pressure moments, the best players stood up. Congratulations to Millbrook and Ardrey Kell. How about the fight with them tonight, Patrick? Both teams, outstanding effort.
And Jay, you know, the entire irony of the last 12 months. Last year we had co-champions for the 4A state title because of the pandemic. Now moving toward the other side of the pandemic, if any year and any classification deserves co-champions, it is these two squads. Millbrook and Ardrey Kell. That was an absolute treasure to watch. 67-65 overtime final. Christopher Davis, the head coach for Millbrook, is emotionally overcome, hugging everybody he can find. Coaching staff, administrators, players, soon-to-be graduates, and in all cases, every single one of these Millbrook players and the coaching staff will be forever remembered for this moment. And for Christopher Davis, one note we didn't get to earlier in this broadcast, he actually got married about 3 years ago. Several years back when he came to Millbrook, he met his wife, then just another instructor at Millbrook High School. Met on campus at Millbrook High School, got married 3 years ago, and now there is a state title to the Christopher Davis family. All right, the Millbrook Wildcats' first ever state championship in overtime thriller over Ardrey Kell. Christopher Davis, you look emotionally spent. How are you feeling right now?
I feel like $1 million, man. Ardrey Kell is such a great team. Our kids battled and fought so hard in this game. We wanted it so bad. And I just feel you can't understand how great I feel for my community, for my people back in Raleigh and the ones all across the country watching us. I'm just so happy. Thank God.
There are so many turning points in this game. We don't have enough time to talk about them all. Let's go into the final minute of overtime. You're down 4, frantically trying to force some turnovers, hoping for some missed free throws. What's going through your coaching mind at that stage?
Time and score. We work on time and score every day. So working on all these situations, being up, being down, try to handle situations. And just to be able to see it happen and us not to quit playing and to continue to fight, I'm just so proud of my guys.
All right, lastly, Vanderheiden fouled out late in the fourth quarter. He told you he could have attended Louisville and opted out, but he wanted to come back to win a state championship from the bench. What did you see from him as Demery and Donaldson and some of your other players really stepped up to etch your moment in history?
Just leadership. Like, he continued to coach his guys from the sideline. He was talking to them, telling them what to do, and he never quit. And that's the biggest thing, is he didn't quit, so they didn't quit.
One last comment. What do you say to your wife right now? You met her at Millbrook, married 3 years ago. How's she feeling?
I tell you, our anniversary's at the end of the month. She's getting the best present she's ever gotten because to stick in with me with all this stuff, she loves me, and I couldn't find her. There were some people trying to hug me. I couldn't find her to hug her, but man, I'm a very blessed man.
Hey, Christopher Davis, thank you for your time the other day. Congratulations. You'll be forever remembered in Millbrook lore.
Wow,
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Go Wildcats.
67-65, state championship win to Millbrook as they knock off Ardrey Kell in overtime. And now let's go to our player of the game in this contest presented by Hardee's. And Jay, let's talk about the defense of Silas Demery.
The confidence that he displayed at the end of this ball game, he owned the overtime period. And this steal right here, just stripping the ball clean as the clock winded down, giving his team the lead. Star players step up at the biggest moment, and the junior had his moment tonight.
And there's your Hardee's player of the game, sponsored by Hardee's. Feed your happy. Silas Demery, after Vanderheiden fouled out late in the fourth quarter on that block charge call against Elijah Gray, where one of those two stars was fouling out late in regulation. You just sense that Demery was going to have to win this championship for Millbrook somehow, some way. Obviously, most of the time you think making a big shot. You don't think on the defensive end, a clean strip when your team's over the limit. When you have to have a takeaway, that's what we saw. And with 3 seconds left, laid it in, a layup he will never forget.
That's a good lesson for basketball players out there watching. You can impact a ball game, not only on the offensive end, but his stellar defense was one of the main reasons why Millbrook won. And he wanted the pressure. He wanted the spotlight. When Vanderheiden went out, he wanted to take those big shots, and the pressure that he faced on those free throw opportunities, and for him to come through for his team, he's going to gain so much confidence from this game.
And Demery is coming back to Millbrook next year. Daniels a senior, Dunton a senior, Vanderheiden is on his way to play for Louisville. Jordan will return, but this in no doubt will be Demery's team next year for Millbrook. Big shoes to fill, especially those departing of the 6'9" Eric Vanderheiden. Yeah, this is something Christopher Davis probably never ever thought he would do. Put state championship medals around the necks of all of his players at the end of a pandemic after a 19-0 perfect season. Meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, probably one of the loneliest moments as an athlete on the basketball court after you lose in the state championship game, just respectfully watching the festivities on the floor for Michael Kraft and his Ardrey Kell Knights, this close to be enjoying the spoils of the championship themselves.
So I went down on the floor to get Coach Davis over for the interview, and you look over at the Millbrook side, and it's like tears of joy. Everybody, you see, it's one of the happiest moments of their life. And you look on the other side, and this was a Knights team that deserved to win this game as well, and just dejection. You feel so bad for them. But that's what sports is all about, the competitive fire. There's always going to be a winner and the loser. But in this ball game, you saw how much this game meant to both sides and just the true competitive spirit that you love to see in high school sports.
Yeah, and everything that everybody has gone through. And again, for Ardrey Kell, the entire county was shut down for almost a full month. Wasn't quite sure what type of condition and mental frame of mind that his team would be in. He knew he had the caliber to win a state championship. They had their opportunity here. And being around the game of college basketball as much as you and I are, Jay, every loss is gut-wrenching for any coach and their staff. He will be replaying certain moments of this game, questioning some of the plays called, maybe that out-of-bounds play late in OT when things were tied. This will simmer for a while, yet at some point he'll step back and be in wonderment of what this team was able to accomplish.
Yeah, and I think, what Ardrey Kell will realize is the journey that they went on and how proud they should be. This ball game at the end, it could have gone either way, but they've got so much that they accomplished this season.
So there you see the big buckets late in this contest. This is in late fourth quarter. The game And at the other end, here comes Demery. I mean, it was up and down last couple of moments. 2 free throws would send things to overtime. And there was a bucket we thought might do it from Brandon Nelson, who only scored 4 in this contest. But in a tie game, there's the strip, and there's the highlight they will be re-racking for the next 50 years in the hallways of Millbrook. A 67-65 overtime win. Well, all of us would like to take a moment to thank all of our great sponsors: West Shore Home, Hardee's, Wegmans Food Markets, Riddle and Brantley, NC 529, the law offices of James Scott Farron, Nissan, and Ingalls Markets. For all of these sponsor partners, through all their contributions, they make these championship games possible for all of you at home. On behalf of Jay Sohnhalter and our entire crew, Patrick Keene is saying so long from Trinity, where the Millbrook Wildcats, for the first time, state champs in overtime over Ardrey Kell.